it's not legal to text and drive, to our knowledge, there are no laws against broadcasting while driving. Here's yet another edition of the Hummer of Love.
Stay on the road, buddy!
On the Thrive Time Show.
All right, so it is now 3 in the morning. And one might ask, how do you get motivated to wake up at 3? I've been awake right now, guys, for 7 minutes. I've been awake for 7 minutes. I probably sound like I've been awake for 7 minutes. So the alarm goes off at 3, and then I get up. I move my body. To, but right there, there's a lot that just happened, because it's so easy to hit the snooze, right? Because the snooze button is the easiest thing to do. The easiest thing to do would be to hit the snooze button. I don't know if the button's physically easier to hit or what that looks like, but I keep my phone on airplane mode, and then my phone serves as my alarm, right? So I can just reach over and hit the snooze, or I can move my body. But it's easier just to hit the snooze button. But I go ahead and have my first win of the day. I get up. And I know it's a disturbing thought, but I get up. I always sleep with like my shorts on and my shirt on. I don't have to like go look for clothes. I'm not naked. I get up and I make my way to the it's like a man's satchel. It's a big leather brown bag that I have. In that brown bag, I keep my journal there. I have my to-do list. I have my calendar. I got my super pens, I call them. They're these Sharpies. They're like precision Sharpie pens, like really narrow, really fine point pens. My red Expo markers, the whole thing. Then all that stuff's in my bag. So I grab my bag, and my keys are in there too. I got my keys, my bag, my wallet. Everything's in one place. It's all in the same place. I don't have to look for things. It's all right there. My glasses are right there. I'm like blind as a bat without glasses, so I don't have to look for anything. It's all in one place. And I put on my shoes. Wear the same shoes every day. I used to wear these Yeezys that Colton Dixon got me. They were really nice shoes. These Kanye West shoes. But they're expensive shoes. That's why I appreciate the gift. But really nice, comfortable shoes. But I personally can't see myself buying, $350 pair of shoes. So I put on these $59 shoes. There's $59 Nike shoes. They're not like Nike Air or Nike Boost or Nike anything. They're not Nike, bougie, Nike Swagalicious, Nike Air, Nike Pump, Nike. There's none of that stuff. It's just red Nike shoes I bought for $59. I got about 3 pairs of them because they're $59. So, but I put on my shoes, and then I got in the Hummer. Now you said, well, let's recap. I woke up again. The alarm goes off at 3. I don't want to get up, but I do, and I win that battle of the mind. I'm not sure how I win the battle. I just do. I know that I feel great later on in the day when I get so much done. I love, getting things done, but I don't like the process of actually getting up. But I get up, all my stuff's in one place, and I, go into get in the Hummer. So now I'm in the Hummer. Got my And One shorts on. I bought for $10. Got my Boom shirt on that I have multiple copies of. It's like a Boom jersey with my wife's name on the back. It says Boom on the front. It's embroidered on the front. Vanessa's name is embroidered on the back. Got my undershirt made by a brand named George I'm wearing that's like $6. Got my Boom hat on. Wear the same thing every day, same outfit. I've got so many. The lady who helps us clean our house, it's kind of funny when she sets my clothes out. It's like 6 pairs of And One shorts and 6 jerseys and 6 undershirts. But I wear the same look every day. And I put on a new pair of socks every day, which I always have ready to go. And I buy those from the Shoe Carnival. So now I'm driving here on the the BA Expressway, or not the BA Expressway, I'm driving on the Creek Turnpike, and I've been up now for 11 minutes. So I'm driving, and right about the time I get to the Olive Avenue exit at 3:11 every morning, I start to feel more awake. I'm trying to think of the step I skipped. Oh yeah, I always have. It's a coffee. It's instant coffee. I just add water to the instant coffee and I just slam it cold. It's terrible. It tastes terrible, but the taste doesn't matter. I'm just trying to wake up. So now I'm driving, and it's 3:12, and I'm driving past the Lamar billboards, and there's the billboard with my head on it. There it is. Look, there's the Osage Casino billboard, and I'm driving. So I'm driving. It's 3:12, and now I'm kind of feeling more awake. But 12 minutes ago, I didn't want to wake up. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to get to the office. When I get to the office, I'm going to organize my day. Well, what does that mean? I'm going to take my to-do list out, and I'm going to cross off the various things that I got done yesterday and add to my to-do list various things that I want to get done today. Now, yesterday, I had a great day, but at the end of the day, a very bad thing happened. I've been working on this song that I've been recording, a hip-hop song called Boom, which I'm excited about. And Boom, I almost had it completely done, and I go to hit save, and it crashed. And I have a backup copy of it, so I have the instrumental, the acapella, background vocals all saved, but I go to hit save on the new updated version, and it crashes. Now, I didn't want it to crash, but it crashed. So I have to decide, am I going to re-record it, because it took me hours, or just let the dream die? Oh, I have to re-record it. Why? Because it's the battlefield of the mind. It's when I start something, I'm going to finish it if it's on my to-do list. Because I made a promise to myself yesterday in the morning at 3:20. I promised myself that I would get that song done. And so I'm going to get that song done. Because it's on my to-do list. Because each morning I ordain my destiny. I think about my distant future. I think about my goals. I think about my F6 goals, my goals for my faith, my goals for my family, my finances, my fitness, my fun, my F6 goals, my goals for my faith, family, finances, fitness, friendship, and fun. I think about those things, and then I act upon those things. So, many moons ago, I thought to myself at about 3:20 in the morning, self, what if there would be a way, I've got to tighten my fuel cap, it says, but what if there was a way, my Hummer just alerted me that I need to tighten my fuel cap, which is interesting because I don't have a fuel cap on the side of the Hummer because a vagabond stole it while I was parked at work. But I had this thought, self, what if you were to buy a house and let a family member of yours live there without paying anything other than utilities? If you did that for this person, how would that impact their life? You know, they're in a spot in their life where that would help them a lot. They've been a helpful person. Self, what if you did that? So I wrote it down on my to-do list about 3:20 in the morning that I would get said person a house. I'm not going to give them the house, like they're not going to be able to sell it, that kind of thing, but I'm going to let them live there and only pay utilities. You know, thus kind of giving them a place to live. It's a nice place. I had that thought at about 3:20 in the morning years ago. And then yesterday, that's what we did. We gave the keys to a member of the family and said, here you go. You get to live here for free. And, you know, the tears came down and the joy came up. But I didn't want to get up at 3 in the morning on the day that I had that thought. But I have to. It's habitual. And the weight, the chains, I'm paraphrasing Warren Buffett here, but the chains of habit are always too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. And I implore you, I encourage you, I ask you to make a new routine that works for you, because you've got to get into a flow where you can wake up and plan your day. Because just like you, as an entrepreneur, I haven't turned my phone on yet. My phone right now is on airplane mode. And so I don't know what would happen if I were to turn off airplane mode. But as soon as I turn off airplane mode, I'm going to start getting messages. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can record the show while receiving my messages. But I do know that as soon as I go and I turn my phone off of airplane mode, the messages are going to fly in. Text messages, people having problems, cats and dogs fighting, issues. People that got haircuts that weren't happy. Remember, we have 4,000 customers. And if 3% of them get upset every month because we make a mistake, that's 120 upset people. And we want to make it right. So I got to deal with that. There'll be an employee that will call in sick, and they'll call in, and then the manager might ask me a question. There'll be a manager that wants to go on and go back to school and maybe doesn't want to be a manager anymore. There'll be an employee who's having a divorce that wants to talk about it. There's going to be a competitor doing something to, fight against our company. There's just going to be something. It's going to happen, and it's always going to happen. And it's always going to happen every day, because that's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. There's burning fires. There's burning fires that frankly require your attention, but you have to be intentional enough to plan out your day and to get stuff done before the chaos begins. So I'm going to be pulling into the office here. It's 3:20 now, 3:19, and I'm exiting here at Riverside Parkway. And then I'm going to be pulling into the office. Now, when I get into the office, I'm going to hang a right, and I'm going to go into the little front room, and I'm going to take a shower. And I'm going to get out my to-do list as the shower's on. I'm going to look at my to-do list and say, self, what are my goals for today? What are the things that I need to get done today? And being totally frank with you and honest with you, I don't know what's on my to-do list. I don't know, because I've already put things on my to-do list. Remember, I have one to-do list, and I am going to erase I'm going to take a red Expo marker and cross out the things I got done. But the things that were not done, longer form things like finishing a book or getting ready for the Patriots game, Patriots versus Ravens. We have a watch party this Sunday, and most Sundays when the Patriots play. Those kinds of things I need to readdress and reassess and look at. But I can tell you this, today I really, really want to go to Atwood's with my daughter Havana. So I'm going to put that on my list. And I want to finish that song called Boom, because the song's been in my head for a while and I need to finish it. It's kind of like whenever I have a rhyme scheme, it gets stuck in my head and kind of haunts me or taunts me for a long time. And I want to get that out of my head. It's like an earworm. I can't get it out of my cranium. I need to finish that today. And so I'm going to get that done today. I'm going to go take my daughter to Atwood's. It's a store where you can buy like bales of hay and you can buy chicken feed and that kind of thing. And then I want to record a 10-part series on how to sell well. So I get asked all the time, how can I help my team sell more efficiently? So I want to knock that out today. Also today, I want to finish the research I'm doing for 102 facts about Bill Belichick and 77, I believe. There are 77 facts and 102. It's 102 facts and 77 notable quotables, I believe, about Bill Belichick, because he's such a phenomenal manager, which is why the Patriots are so good. I want to distill that into a show or a series of shows where great folks who like the game of football or not can learn from the mastery of Bill Belichick and can implement those management strategies in their own life. Now, I'm pulling in right now. I'm just jumping speed bumps everywhere, and it's right now it's 3:22, and at 3:22, it appears as though, because this is a Saturday now. Now, if it was a Monday through a Friday, John would already be at the office. If it was 3:22, he would already be here. He would beat me. Oh yes, he would. But on a Saturday, I'm the only car here. Interesting. Now, I've gone to shadow some of the most successful people in the world, and I've discovered that typically their cars are at work before everybody else. I've discovered that some of the most successful people in the world are at work before everybody else. Now, this is a weird thing. There are many cars already here at my office this morning at 3:23 in the morning. What kind of sick freaks are at work at 3:23 in the morning? Four of them. There's 4 cars here. Ooh. So we got a laser show. I'm not sure who's going to be here. But that is how I start my day, and my name is Clay. And now, without any further ado, remember, well, before we do the boom thing, let's think about this. What time do you wake up? And what time do you need to wake up to live the life that you want to live? Now, I go to bed, at 9 o'clock. So I'm not like I sleep 6 hours. It's not like I'm sleeping 2 hours. I slept 6 hours. But what time do you need to wake up to achieve your goals? I don't know, but you got to figure that out, because if not, you're going to get frustrated that you're setting goals that you don't achieve because you, quote unquote, run out of time. I ran out of time. I want to get it done, but I ran out of time. I wanted to get it done, but I just ran out of time. So if you want to get your goals done, you have to figure out what time do you need to wake up every day in order to achieve those goals. And start doing it immediately tomorrow. Change your routine, and you'll change how much money you make and how many goals you achieve. And now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom! And I can't seem to hit the off button. I want to, though. I want to hit the off button, but I can't.
Jason, why do you feel like I recorded this show this morning at beginning at 3 in the morning?
Because I think some people find it hard to believe that you actually get up at 3.
What time did you wake up?
This morning I got up at 4. I get up at 4 every morning.
And so, again, we're not trying to be masochists of our schedule. Do you like getting up at 4?
No,
I don't like getting up at 3. But we did get up at 4 and 3.
Yeah, we had to.
And I'm not judging you. You woke up at 4. You're not weak because you woke up at 4. I've got 5 kids. Busy schedule planned. You're a married guy. Busy schedule planned. I have to sleep 6 hours. What time do you have? How much time do you have to sleep per day to feel good?
To feel good, 6 would be great. I've gone with like 3 or 4 back when I was planning my time poorly, but I aim for 6. So I know if I'm getting up at 4, I have to go to bed at an appropriate time.
But the thing is, you've got to learn that discipline needed in order to have success. If you want to have success, you've got to learn self-discipline. Mm-hmm. So what time do you go to bed typically in order to wake up in the morning on time?
I have it set in my calendar as a reminder, but which I know some people think is weird, but no later than 10.
It's in 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to read to you a Jim Rohn quote. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. He is a self-help guru who passed away here a few years back. Just a great source of wisdom. And he said that discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Discipline is the bridge. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Think about that, Jason. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement.
That's good.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
This year, you have lost a lot of weight. You're evaporating. I don't even know who you are. What are you eating? What are you doing?
Well, so I stopped my evaporation. So like back when I was working at Elephant, I was like always on the go.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of like heavy lifting or just some lifting or whatever. But now that I'm in the office, I'm still standing and I'm on my feet and stuff, but my nutrition game hasn't been very strong. So I've been like going back and forth. So I just decided to suck it up last week and I ordered an entire month of Huel meal replacement.
Oh, wow.
I've just been doing that once or twice a day.
But you don't like probably having Huel every meal.
No, I don't. After the first day, I thought, oh, I made a mistake, but I got to stick to it.
Okay, but it's discipline.
Yeah.
And discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Another example, we got up today. We didn't want to get up today.
True.
But we did get up today.
Yeah.
And I get up every day because I have certain things that I want in my life, and they're worth the trade-off.
Yeah.
So I go to bed at 9, I wake up at 3, and that's how I get it done. You say, Clay, how do you get it done? So I would like to share with the listeners all the things you and I have gotten done so far today before 8:33 in the morning.
Oh, let's do it.
So this is before 8:33 in the morning, and you tell me if I'm missing something. There's probably something you've done that I haven't thought about or I'm not aware of, okay?
Okay.
We got to the office.
Yep.
And we recorded a show.
We did.
We recorded a show. Actually, first thing, at 5 a.m. we met Randy Atrican with a PMH OKC at 5 a.m. Is that true?
That is very true.
Okay. So we coached him. We're helping him grow his company. He's a great guy. Then we met with Morning Glory, a breakfast business based in Satellite Beach, Florida. Longtime client, the owners of Papa Gallo's, at 6 a.m. Central. Is that true?
It's very true, right after Randy.
Then at 7, we called another client who happened to be out of town. And so what we did is we recorded a show about being willing to be controversial if need be, how history favors the bold.
Right.
Then we recorded a show for another listener about how to build the ultimate sales system, the ultimate sales machine, the 10 steps. And then we recorded this show about my morning routine.
Right.
And it's not even 8:35 yet.
Well, then you also have to take into consideration you met with your architect client.
Yeah, Alan, we met with AAB Engineering here at 8.
Yep, called Vanessa, put out a billing issue.
Yep, and then at 9 o'clock, I'm going to call a chiropractor and help him with his business with a 13-point assessment.
Cool.
And then at 9:30, I'm going to be calling a longtime client based in Arizona. And I'm doing all this before 8:35 in the morning.
True.
Most people on a Saturday aren't even up yet.
Yes.
And it turns out it's very hard to compete if you want to oversleep. I'm not judging if you want to sleep 8 hours or 6 hours or 7. I'm not saying you have to sleep 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you that I like it. All I'm saying is if you're going to bed and you need 8 hours of sleep, go to bed at 9 and then wake up at, 5?
Yeah.
There it is. Wake up at 5. Get your 8 hours. But don't tell me, and don't more specifically, don't tell yourself that you don't have the time needed to be successful. Because if you tell yourself you don't have the time needed to be successful, what happens, Jason? What's the bad thing about excuses?
Well, excuses become your new reality, and they're very easy, like that snooze button. You hit it, and you're like, okay, that's fine. Then you hit it too often, and that becomes your new normal, and now you're frantically late.
Were you born a slave?
Was I born a slave? And
Yeah.
not to my knowledge.
Okay. George Washington Carver was. And I feel like George Washington Carver would have a lot of reasons. You know, when you're born a slave and you don't know who your real parents are, you kind of make up your own birthday because you don't know when it is. Wouldn't you have some reasons why to complain and to not be successful?
Yeah, and you would be pretty valid.
I mean, you would be validated. The masses would say to you, you, my friend, deserve an excuse. Oh, you get a hall pass here. But George Washington Carver, who was born a slave, who went on to totally reinvent the American agricultural system by developing endless uses for the sweet potato and peanuts, which allowed the soil that had been depleted of nutrients due to the farming year after year after year of cotton. It allowed the African Americans to then restore nutrients to the soil, thus making their soil fruitful and plentiful and mineral rich again as a result of a byproduct of planting peanuts and sweet potatoes. He says 99% of the failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. 99% of the failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. This is a guy who was born a slave. I've got 5 kids. I wasn't born a slave. I could say that I'm tired. We just had Halloween. I'm tired. But you've got to be self-disciplined. I know you can do it. Randy Atrican with PMH OKC, he does it. Dr. Timothy Johnson in Tuscaloosa does it. Morning Glory and Papa Gallo's, longtime clients in Florida, they do it. The Delricks down in New Orleans, Tyler and Rachel, they do it. You can do it. There's so many great clients we have who get it done, and you can too. But you got to stop the habit of making excuses. When you make excuses, you loses. When you make excuses, you loses. When you make excuses, you loses. Why? When you make the habit when you have the habit of making excuses, what happens, Jason? What happens?
Well, you get in the way of your own success. If you tell yourself, "Oh, I can't do it because of this," you are then setting a brand new cap and a lower bar for yourself. Like, you might as well call it quits because your forward moving momentum is gone.
Talk to me about a client you have who's gotten a good routine of waking up early, knocking out their revenue-producing activities, and they're having big success as a result of implementing the big systems.
Well, there is Angel's Touch. I know I brag on them a lot, but they have a repeatable system. They have her schedule is awesome because she's told me about her schedule and her husband's. But the cool thing about both of their schedules is they know what time they're going to bed. They know when they're waking up. They know when they're getting to work. They know how long they'll be at work. They know what they're doing right after that. So everything plays into the same system, which is why they set a weekly sales goal of $25,000.
There it is.
2 months ago, and for the past month and a half, they've been hitting $30,000 to $35,000.
Sick. That is impressive, incredible. Great job, Angel's Touch. We appreciate you. And Jason, we'd like to end each and every show with a boom, but we already did end with a boom.
That's true.
So why don't we just end with ba-boom?
Ba-boom. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, ba-boom. That felt good.
Frick! What time is it? Where are my pants? Just turn.
Oh, yes, it's time to rise and grind. Oh, yes, before the rooster crows. Oh, yes, it's time to rise and grind. Oh, yes. I wake up at 3 to get it all done. Got money on my mind and my wife's number one. Countercultural cause I am a Christian. In it for the long game or nothing. Get rich quick, nah, I don't do it. But if you got a real goal, I'll help you pursue it. Like Robbie Schneider, I'll be saying you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Have to seize the day at Carpe Diem, son. If you ever want to make them Benjamins. Success requires self-discipline. 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 I just said it 3 times in a row. Cause if you're looking for a real hero, you gotta look in the mirror, my bro. Will you be a victim or a victor? I think we're missing it all. How bizarre. The resources you need aren't very far. You gotta get 3 jobs like I once did. Target Applebee's and DirecTV, which meant I never watched TV. Cause I was on my grind like a 2-3, or like that 12 to the TB. Do you feel, man? Like a petting zoo. Stick to your goals like glue. Like 80 hours per week pursue. And I am so to the serious, because I ain't smoking delirious. I'm aware of cause and effect, and I know that your life could be wrecked, or your life could be good and great. So what will you do today? Will you fill the schedule with nothingness, or the middle with somethingness? While you're waiting for Santa and an elf, this just in, you could be helping yourself. Say no to the handouts, cause they hurt your pride. When you could be outworking the other guy. What? When you could be outworking the other guy. Who? When you could be outworking the other guy. Yes. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Before the rooster crows. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Everybody singing now. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Before the rooster crows. Oh yes. It's time to rise and grind. Oh yes. Verse 2 is short and life is 2. We better get started cause there's no redo. 38, ain't it great? I'm half dead, dude. I'm half dead, dude. Well, hell's bells. I'm gonna go take a nap.